Right, I'm going live early actually, since he pushed me to do it. All right, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Welcome. I'm actually going to be going earlier than I'm supposed to because my crew won't be joining you till a minute and a half. So I'm going to start now with just a warm up and get to the topic in hand in a moment. Hey, good to see you here. I know I jumped in early because he was asking me to, so get started. So, like Heather and some other people, I'm an author and a speaker because I'm my own book, and I'm going to start with that to get to the book I'm going to talk about. So this is a subtle way of promoting myself. Sorry, going to let you know that. Before I do, yes, you'll like this. This one actually I've talked about before in other places, but not in the Sherathon, so it'd be good to have it. I will tell you about my book. Be patient, be patient. If you do me a favor though, please make sure that you're already following me, which I'm sure a bunch of you already are. If you're not, please make sure you swipe right on the iPhone up on the join tab. Follow me, and please indeed share this on Twitter and on Periscope. Let's get these numbers up because right now there's 8 people in the room and we want to get over 100. That's my goal today for a change. I haven't had a big number in the room for a long time, but this is a good book and it's a game changer for a lot of people, but not the way you think, because you know the area I play in is not the area people play in usually. So let's get some people in the room and get this party started, shall we? Okay, close enough to my time to start. So hi, Michaela, nice to have you here. I haven't had a chance to watch your scope yet. I will at some point. It's been a very busy morning with conference calls and periscopes. And my last Periscope broadcast went long because it really hit home for some people and touched a very painful spot for quite a few people watching. So this scope is about books, in particular the book that will change your life. And my book doesn't fit the paradigm you expect. I respect and appreciate the books that came out before, absolutely. And say like Heather and like, who else in here? Somebody else in here is also an author as well, who has their own book as well. But I'm also a published author. So I'm going to speak about my book first, not as the book that changed your life, although I'd like to think mine does, but I will get to the book through that one, to the one that changed your life. How about that? There's a deal. Double hit. Yes, it's true, Stephanie, it can. It can. So nice to have you. Thanks for joining me. Welcome. Thanks for tapping on screen for hearts. I welcome the hearts, and welcome shares and invitations on Periscope and on Twitter. So first of all, my name is Barry Selby. Hi, thanks for joining me. Welcome to my scope. I am, as I said, a published author. See, I've got a book too. This isn't the book I'm going to talk about, although the book I'm going to talk about is in this book. Thank you, Cindy, for talking about that. My book rocks. I know it's changed people's lives, and it's getting more and more impact in the world, thanks to Periscope as well. So, Michaela, you keep falling asleep at the wrong time. I love it. Nice to have you here. So, thank you. Well, you know, these guys need cleaning, so maybe you can help out with that. So my book's 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. It's been on Amazon, it's done well, it's got #1 bestseller, etc., etc. But the book I want to recommend is in the back of this book. I talk about it in my bibliography. And this book, and let me get to the right screen to show it, so I don't have it in physical form, I have it in audio. So here's the book I'm talking about. Whoops. There we go. David Data, who's one of my favorite authors, and in fact his books changed my life, and I'll tell you why in a moment. This is The Way of the Superior Man, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of women, work, and sexual desire. Ooh, this is going to get juicy. Sharon tweet, Barry will think it's sweet. That's cute, Steph. I like it. All right, so yes, the Way of Superior Man. Now, let me talk about this book. This book, even though it's written, as it seems, for men, about men, by a man, excuse me, if you're going to start swearing on my scopes, you can walk away. Just going to be polite there. So, hi Margaret, nice to have you here. Oh yes, I was on your scope, no, on my scope. Yeah, nice, thank you. I'm still on the fence about going to this Periscope Summit because I've got 3 commitments in LA right now, which happen right at the same time, which is making it really challenging. Anyway, staying on track, book. The Way of Superior Man. I got first introduced to that book by 3 women. Not men, women. Women who'd read that book and loved it, and I didn't know why. That book, though, changed my life because David Day is a master teacher. Nothing's wrong with me, sir, but apparently you're projecting, so you should watch my scope from yesterday. I talked about projection there. Yeah, John, nice job on the scope, by the way. Glad you did that. In The Way of Superior Man, there are 32 chapters that are fairly basically, what's one looking for? Short, because we have short attention spans as men, but define and clarify what a truly authentic man is. And this is the passion I talk about in my work. Many women read about it to learn about what it is that they want in a relationship partner. Absolutely powerful. And a lot of men read it because they need to learn how to be more effective in the world and successful and more aligned with their true nature. Because the world needs men who live in their authentic nature, which is what the superior means. It's not like being above, it's being more authentic, more connected, and it's the masculine heart that it speaks to more often than not. I'm going to speak about 3 chapters in particular because they are powerful chapters. Because I know the book well. Don't memorize it, not that good, but I have memorized one of the chapters, 3 of the chapter headings that stick to me and stick for me in my life. So yes, spirit is authentic in this context. The first chapter, which is the one that changed my life. I know Cindy talks about how 4 Agreements changed her life, and that book really was powerful for me too. And I have about, 5 books I can recommend that changed my life way back when, but this is the current one that's on my radar and has really impacted my life for the last 8 years. The Way of Superior Man has, say, 32 chapters, 3 of which I want to talk about right now. First chapter, chapter 7, because that's the one I got stuck with, chapter 7 stuck in my head. He says in this chapter that a man's purpose must come before his relationship. Now, in my life, I didn't do that in past relationships. I would put my relationship before everything else and everything would fall apart. And for most men, we're not able to function doing more than one thing at once. It's a powerful book. Yeah, for your husband, Michaela, it'd be a great book to have. So what it means is that because we as men in our living in our true nature, authentic nature, are good at getting one thing done at a time really well. Give us 7 things to do, we drop half of them, we don't do it well. We do one thing at a time, it's potent, it's powerful, and it's effective. So if we get our purpose in the world clear, like autopilot, like it's running and it's going out in the world, which is what my work is now, my passion, my service is that mission in the world, then a relationship can work. Because it's not something I'll just derail and throw away. In the past, and I've had several careers that I've shared before in previous scopes, I'll get into a relationship and forget everything else. I'll be so enamored and so in love and so in passion, I would be, what's the word I'm looking for, blinded to everything else. And it wasn't healthy. And men, we can do that because we get single focused. That's why when a guy's watching the TV, if you're a wife or his partner, it's going to be hard to get his attention because he's single focused. That's what we do as men. We're really good at that. That's one chapter. Second chapter I'll speak to, and this one's a deep one. Oh, you're welcome. If younger men read it too, it's a really powerful book too. Yeah, it is. Absolutely, women are multitaskers. That's the joy of you have, but we don't mesh well. That's one reason why we talk about it. In fact, one of the chapters I'll speak to now, actually, it's the third one, is for men, never expect to understand your woman. Which sounds so silly, but it's true. Because women and men function differently. Yes, families of content, yes. And so what I've seen so many times is women and men trying to explain or understand each other, and they keep missing each other. It just doesn't work. And that's half the work I do in my coaching. It's help women understand how men think, because we don't think the same way. We're different. It's normal. That's okay. But the thing is, we presume that we will. So when we explain something, we think, why don't they understand what I mean? For example, when a man's upset and shares, when a woman's upset and shares, she wants to just to vent. But it is like Mars and Venus, because John Gray's like, to be honest, okay, let me put it this way. John Gray's book, Mars and Venus books rather, because there's many of them, was kind of like middle school learning. The Way of Superior Man is grad school. It takes it a lot deeper for the masculine aspect, for men to get it, for women to understand it. I'll show my book, yes. My book, by the way, is, that one, sorry, the book I'm talking about. Didn't do that. The Way of Superior Man, and his guy's name is David Deida, D-E-I-D-A. Let me go back to those 2 chapters. Sorry, I'm just trying to double do things. See this again, men can't multitask. Single focus better. That's the challenge of Periscope, as was mentioned before. It is like a grad school book. It's a powerful book because the key teach about it is, the 2 chapters I just skipped. One is never expect to understand a woman, because we do communicate differently. The third one I'll talk about is a really subtle one, but boy, it changed my life too. Is for men, we must come out of our father's shadow. What that means, and I'll explain what that means, is that we as boys often feel like our dad is our hero. Whether it's not usually asked for, but we do that. And when we do that, we tend to think we can't step over the boundaries of what they set. So whatever they've done, yes, 3 minutes, okay, I want to stay on track. It's great because the recognition is that we think that we shouldn't step beyond our father's boundaries, even though the likelihood is our father wants us to do really well in the world. But our subconscious programming as boys is that our dad is set the boundary of how good it can be. We can't pass that, otherwise he somehow disavow or insult our father. And it was a lot of my work learning about that really hit the wall on that one, because I didn't realize I was holding back on my financial success, my business success. It was amazing. It really, thank you, Julia. Let's come back and watch the rest of it. Although the earlier scope was one you were in, that was the powerful scope they did earlier today. Thank you for being here. It's such a profound recognition of the fact that we do that automatically. It's automatic pilot. It's a trap we fall into without knowing it, because we think Dad is our hero. We can't supersede him. We can't show him up by being better than him. It's not possible. That'd be wrong to do that. So we should limit ourselves because of that, unconsciously. In some ways, and it may not be every way, but certain ways will hold back. Maybe in relationship, maybe in money, maybe in health. I believe some of these issues people have in health going forward, boys, but as they grow to men, is not biological, it's consciousness. We take on patterns from our parents because we think we shouldn't do something differently, and we program it subconsciously. We don't even know we're doing it. So it's a big wake-up call. So again, The Way of Superior Man, David is my favorite book at the moment. I've got other books about, Richard Buck is my favorite author, by the way, of all time, but I won't get into that book title. But The Way of Superior Man, A Spiritual Guide to Mastering the Challenges of Women, Work, and Sexual Desire. Book on so many levels. He's got about 10 books out, at least. I've read most of them. And I've studied with him as a teacher too. He's based in upstate New York, comes out to the West Coast once in a while. I started studying with him back in 2008, and I recommend his books highly. He's a weird character, I'll say that, but his books, they're life-changing. So that's my book recommendation for today. The book will change your life. And again, my book, hint, hint, 50 Ways to Love Your Lover. That's a plug-in for that. So, yeah, Weird has lots to offer. Great, Stephanie, great way of putting it. All right, so I'm going to shift gears now into the bridge into round two, because actually I've got to dash out the door as soon as we switch over to the next person, which is Miss Ian Lee. She should be hopefully in the scope somewhere and saying hi. I hope she's in the scope somewhere, because she is handing off. I'm handing off to her to round two of this scope. So if you've been watching the Periscope broadcast so far this hour, each of us handing off to each other, you've got a whole other hour coming up, which is awesome. So you're going to get another 5 or 6 books to read that will keep you fascinated, interested, and life-changing. So good stuff. So Perry 10K, and I don't have I got no props. That was silly. There it is, right. Perry10k.com/join. There it is. Perry 10K. What can I say about it? Power Hour number 2 coming up. Absolutely. What can I say about Perry 10K? I am absolutely devoted, dedicated, and enthralled by this group of people, both the people in the group and the message of the group. Perry 10K is the most awesome group on Periscope. There's the link that has been put up by several people. Thank you. And Perry 10K is absolutely changing the face of Periscope. I mean, Periscope Summit's coming up next week, which I'm still on the fence I'm going to get to now because I've got so many things going on in LA. I'm not sure I can leave town to go there. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. But this group of Perry 10K is beyond everything else. I'm in several Periscope groups and I love doing what they're doing in those groups, but this is my favorite for one reason. We're game changers. Well, actually 2 reasons. We're here to work together in cooperation and collaboration to change the world. That's kind of 2, isn't it? We are the TED Talks of Periscope. We are transformational agents through Periscope, teaching and sharing and collaborating to make a difference in the world. And for me, Periscope has the opportunity to be that. And our group, particularly, yes, collaboration over cooperation, competition, we are making that happen in the group. So Periscope is the vehicle, but we're the motivators and the inspirational force in that to make a difference in the world positively. So Periscope is a great platform, and Perry 10K rocks the stage. How about that? So what we do is every day, we do a 2-hour share-a-thon from 1 p.m. Pacific to 3 p.m. Pacific, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. East Coast time, standard East Coast time, and from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. UK time, just so you know the time frames. And that's 5 days a week, 2 hours, and on the weekends it's an hour to 2 hours depending on what's formatted. But every single day we have a topic, which we have 10-minute windows to speak about that topic, and the topics can vary, as you can tell. Today's about the best book you've ever read, a book that will change your life. Yes, transformation agents, we are indeed. I love it. Thank you, Steph. We are rocking Periscope, and the biggest thing is that we do it because we want to. We're not in it for the money, we're not in it for the accolades, we're in it for the hearts. We're not in it for the accolades, we're in it for the love. And we're in it because we know this needs to happen. And what I love is the diversity of the group, because we have people who talk about health, about money, about life, about spirituality, about relationships, about Periscope. So we have a diverse source to bring from, but we teach, support, and grow an incredible following of people who love what we do. And it's thank you, Cindy. It's like, and also there's the relationships we build in the community. We have such a joyful connection of family in this group I never would have met before. From a selfish point of view, I've got friends now I never would have met before I had Periscope, so 3 months ago, 4 months ago, that are deeper than anything I have on Facebook, because we see each other every day. It's kind of like, hi, how are you doing over there? And we get to watch each other. And that is such a door opener. 50 Ways to Love Your Lover, that's my book, by the way, if that's what you're asking about. And so this Perry 10K group is really special. And props indeed to Katya. who was the, I won't say the ringleader, but she was the inspirer. There you are. There's Yan Li. Follow up at Yan Li. She's up next at 5 to the hour. She's taking over in like a minute and a half. So yeah, so 100 plus people to love in Perry 10K. Steph, you're bringing up some great quotes there. I love these scopes. And this is what's cool. So Yan Li there, you're with the target. She's coming up next, and she's going to take off at 5 to the hour. Well, the name of the book I was recommending is, let me show it again, whoops, for you. David Data's book, The Way to Superior Man. And it's for men and women, even though it looks like it's only for men. But that's the book I was talking about. My scope and the replay, you'll see all about it, as well as my own book as well, because I have my own book that I recommend this book in. So there you go. All right, so I've got like about another minute left. So Yan Li, if you want to make sure you do quick emojis, then go set up to take over at 5 to the hour, and I'll hand it off to you for round 2. Oh, Amy, my pleasure. I love Perry 10K. I love Periscope. It's funny, I was on someone this morning doing their Facebook Live first broadcast. I did Mevi yesterday. No, Periscope, that's where it is. That's where it's at. So that's it. All right, so Andy, there you are. So I'm going to go ahead and set up, because you should be up live in about 30 seconds or as soon as you get online. And I'll hand over the keys to the Perry 10K train to you. And Steph, keep me on track, and anybody let me know. You're welcome, Arlene. Please let me know when she's live, so I can then hand over to her, and then I can go get out the door, because I've got to be somewhere. What a crazy life. Thank you. Glad you were here. And please make sure you follow me. Yeah, Mevi, folks, it's like, to be honest, Mevi feels like it's a Periscope sibling or wannabe. I think Periscope's it's still got a way to go, but the good thing is that Mevi's going to give Periscope focus to get even better and better. So that's the good news about it. But Facebook Live, sorry, not impressed. It's got some features, but it can't compete. It's separate. So, oh, you're welcome. Glad I could do that. Yes. So we're good. That's the scope for today. That's my second one for today. I don't think I'm doing a third. By the way, if you want to know about narcissism, that's what my first scope was about today. It wasn't planned, but it came out that way, and it went deep really fast. So watch my replay of that if you're interested in that discussion. If you've ever dealt with one or feel like you may want to avoid one, watch that scope. It was potent. Yes, well, she's got, a minute or so to catch on. She's got time. So yeah, that scope was potent. And some people definitely got some of the ladies and one of the guys, and they got some real wake-up calls. Good news for them, because they got to shift, and hopefully got some healing too, because that's what I like to do in my scopes, is provide resource and support so people don't just get news, but they get value too. So thanks for coming, you guys, for joining the scope. I'm wrapping up, so watch the replay, because I'm about to sign off as soon as narcissism. It's not a great topic so much as it's a needy topic, because people don't know what it means, and I did a pretty good explanation of a non-psychological term, because I'm not a psychologist, but understanding. Okay, she's live, so we're handing over the keys to the Perry 10K train to Ms. Yan Li. So we're going to follow her now. If you're not already following me, make sure you're following me, so that when I go across to follow her, you'll see it. So yes, important. There you go, Steph. Absolutely. All right, I'm signing off. Yan Li's taking the steering wheel. She's taken over. I will see you and see her on her scope. No problem. See you guys later. Bye.